It's election time again. I mean, it seems hardly any time since we're voting before. In the last national elections in Scotland, something very different happened from what's happened before. In the Scottish elections, the SNP won by a whisker. The Labour Party were defeated for the first time in 50 years in Scotland. And then in the European elections last year, the SNP won by a lot. And if you take all the elections last year, all the actual votes cast in ballot boxes in by-elections and European elections, the SNP were ahead. So now we run up to a Westminster election where people will be asked to make choices again. And the choice is going to be fundamentally important because across the country, SNP candidates will be standing not just as politicians, but as champions of the local communities, trying to articulate the issues and the concerns that the communities of Scotland have. The London parties, the Westminster parties, they'll be engaged in a game of who's going to go into Downing Street and who's going to deliver more cuts on the Scottish budget than the other person. Tweedledum, Tweedledee politics. The SNP and our champions say, look, if we're going to cut things, then why don't we cut Trident nuclear missiles? Why don't we cut the vast information databases that the government's trying to build up? And why don't we protect the public services in which our communities depend? That's what being a community champion's about. But if you're going to get people's vote in an election, it's not enough just to say, we're going to champion your concerns, we're going to articulate the concerns of Scotland. You've also got to trust people with their own future. And that's why the essential argument in Scottish politics at the present moment is, do we trust the people of Scotland to decide whether we should have a new and a better future with control of our destiny and our resources by having a national referendum on the future government of Scotland? Scotland needs power. We need the ability to change our circumstances. We need to enhance the powers of our Parliament so as it can champion the interests of Scotland. And across the country, our 59 local champions and 59 parliamentary constituencies, the length and breadth of Scotland, will be articulating that message of how to champion people's interests and above all how to trust the people with our own future.